You know that old saying, you are what you eat? Well, what if that was like literally true? What if the food you put on your plate, or something way stranger, like a heavy metal, could actually change the color of your skin? Today, we are diving into the wild science of how our bodies can turn into a canvas, showing off exactly what we've been putting inside them. So let's just ask it straight up. Could something you eat or drink literally change your skin color? The answer is a huge, resounding yes. Turns out the link between what we consume and how we look is super direct, and it happens in ways that are both kind of scary and completely natural. So let's start with the slightly alarming side of things. Certain substances, especially heavy metals, can leave a really dramatic and often permanent mark on our bodies. First up, we've got a condition called argyria. This happens from long-term exposure to silver. We're talking silver salts or even some old-school medications. The silver literally builds up in your body and stains your skin this permanent, irreversible bluish-gray color. No joke. It's a pretty wild and very real example of our bodies absorbing and then displaying exactly what's inside. And it's not just silver, you guys. Lead poisoning, also known as plumbism, leaves its own special calling card. But here's the crazy part. Instead of turning your whole body blue, it creates this very specific sign, a distinct blue-black line right on your gums. It's kind of fascinating, right? Two different toxic metals, two totally different visual signatures on the body. Okay, I know what you're thinking. All of this sounds pretty bad. But does every color change from our diet mean danger? What if some of them are totally harmless, or maybe even a sign that something good is happening? And that's where something called lipochromatosis comes in. Unlike those conditions caused by heavy metals, this one is a yellow or brownish tint in our tissues that comes from natural pigments found in our food. So yeah, instead of a toxic substance, the cause here is something totally natural. So what's this natural pigment that's turning things yellow? Well, it's a group of compounds you've definitely heard of. You just might not have thought of them this way. Carotenoids. Think of that bright orange in a carrot or the deep green in spinach. Yep, that's them. So here's the deal with carotenoids. They are everywhere in leafy green plants. So when animals like cattle are out there grazing, those pigments get stored in their fat, which turns it this really distinct yellow color. A perfect example is that deep yellow fat you might see in grass-fed Jersey cattle. But get this, and this is the really cool part, that color isn't just for show. Those stored pigments are also powerful antioxidants, which means they're actually protecting the animal's body from damage. And this right here is the absolute key. That yellow color, it's not a disease. It's not like jaundice, which is a sign of a real health problem. It is simply a dietary indicator. Think of it like a visual signpost that just says, hey, this animal has been eating a lot of healthy protective plants. It's a color change that actually signals something good. Okay, so let's just recap for a second. On one end of the spectrum, you have toxic heavy metals like silver and lead creating these permanent bluish stains on the skin or a dark line on the gums. But on the complete other end, you have natural pigments, carotenoids, creating a healthy yellow tint in tissues. It's the ultimate contrast, a toxic stain versus a natural dietary indicator. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? It's pretty clear. The connection between what we eat and what we become is way more direct and colorful than most of us probably think. Whether it's a toxic stain that lasts forever or a healthy glow that comes and goes, our bodies are literally keeping a visible record of our diet. So we've seen these really dramatic, visible signs of what we consume. And it really makes you think, doesn't it? If this is the stuff we can actually see on the surface, what kind of invisible changes are happening inside of us right now, just from our last meal?